live shows. I want to thank Gwyneth and Bea for being here every week as my wonderful moderators. Jordy's with us tonight. We've got Katya here, one of my clients, these lovely people. I am here today to talk about, yet again, another bad dating behavior name. It is called flashpanning. And it's exactly as it sounds. It's a flash in the pan, but it's seductive. The first article I read about this was around 2019, but it kind of went away. Now it has happened in the last 2 months to a colleague, a client, and a friend. So I'm going to define what flashpanning is, and I'm going to go over about 7 or 8 of the hallmarks so that you will not be confused if it happens to you. Right off the bat, $5. I got Jillian right here. Hello, Susan, B. Ray, Gwyneth, Gnarly Cat, S. Kamet, John Holtz, Christian, Jordy, Katya, and all the brilliant Susanites at a meeting. So I'll replay later. Thank you so much. We love Jillian and all of you. I know it feels like home, and I really like this. You feel like, it's a wonderful little community that we have here, and I just love it. So let me begin with the definition of flashpanning. Okay. It starts with love bombing. You all know what love bombing is, okay? But it's love bombing at Mach speed. So when you first meet somebody, they are fascinated by you. They think you're tremendous. Who's not susceptible to that? And we start to say to ourselves, well, God, what if it's real? I'm so cynical. What if I really should follow this up? Maybe this one's real. And here's point number 2. They do the extraordinary. Yes, for all of you who have been caught in situationships, guess what they do that's completely novel for this time period? They give you a title right out of the box. Within about a day of knowing you or a 6-hour conversation that seems like you've met your soulmate, they'll say, will you be my boyfriend? Will you be my girlfriend? Can we be exclusive? Now, part of you is going to be saying, oh my God, okay, this is too much, too fast, too soon. And the other part of you will be saying, thank you, God. One person who knows what they want, and they want what I want. I've got to explore this. And of course, you have to. You have to. But here's the rest of it. Now, again, I know you're going to try and slow down the pace. My friend tried to do that. She was aware of it. She said, I think you're love bombing me. I don't know what's going on. We need to slow it down. Here is what else happens. They will tell you things that you've been dying to hear, like, I've never met anybody like you. I've never felt this way before. Who doesn't love to hear that? And then we begin with number 3, futurizing. Like ASAP. I can't wait to introduce you to my family. I can just see us making a family together. When I see my future, I can't imagine you not being in it. How do you feel about children? Are you okay with marriage? Would you rather live together? This is in the first week, probably the first 3 or 4 days. They're by your side. It's like glue. You feel, okay, this is like really fast. I should slow it down, but it's everything you've ever wanted, and they want you. And it's so freeing that you proceed cautiously, but you're allowing yourself to proceed, right? Then, you'll notice, like this, what is the story that when women want to create a relationship or they want to like piss on bushes so other women don't know, they'll leave a panty or a toothbrush. Oh yeah, before you know it, they're at your house. They're leaving a toothbrush, they're leaving some work tools, they're leaving whatever. Then the next thing that happens, here's the turn. There is an incident. It could be an argument, a difference of opinion. It could be a reaction to something that they did and you correct them on it. Somehow something has happened. It's the first moment that it gets real. And this happens in maybe week 3. and you express yourself. Now, for those of you here, you know how to do it well. For my clients, they know how to do it well. And for my friends, they've been listening to me talk for like 25 years, so they know exactly what to do. So you know it's not on your end, but the reaction to this normal disagreement is extraordinary. They treat it like you have slaughtered their entire family. I mean, they are triggered to no end by the fact that something in real life has come up to which they need to address it, because the flash panner only loves the hormonal high of the honeymoon period. And the minute, I mean the minute, from the very first second, a situation, an event, an argument, a disagreement, a confusion enters into the pink bubble here, they're done. And you are shocked beyond belief that the person who couldn't get enough of you would spend 6 hours on the phone talking about hammering out the details of your future plans together. Suddenly now won't even respond to a text message. They ghost you. They leave stuff at your house. They just leave. There's no conversation. There's no closure. And all of this happens within about a month. The running tally that I have on it, I was just called by USA Today, so you're going to see an article on this probably this week. But I said, I'm getting for time frame 3 to 4 weeks. What are you getting? I said to the journalist. She goes, same thing, 1 month. I'm like, wow. Okay, 3 people that this is 3 people that I know. That doesn't make the total story, but with the journalist who's spoken to dozens and more, this is flash panning. Who does flash panning? I mean, the world is so weird now. They're children. They are great posturers. They pose like they've got it all together. Okay, but it's like the children that only want to eat dessert, but they don't want to eat their vegetables. They're like hedonistic, or what do you say, immediate gratification. They want the good stuff. They want the hormonal ride up, but the minute reality comes in, it's like, oh no, I don't want this. Then they think something's wrong with you. If this happens to you enough of the time, you start to think something's wrong with you. It's not you, it's them. Hi, Nathusa, how are you doing? And a member here. Oh, I love that she's got the little heart. One of my fans. Thank you. What timing? Oh my God. I love this. I've just had this happen, and thankfully this is not my first rodeo. When a person comes in at me with the craziness, I double down and suggest, okay, I think there's maybe more to this. This is absolutely crazy. Oh my God. Cece says, this happened to a friend, and the guy ended up stealing from her house, even stealing food from her freezer. Oh my God. The world is nuts. People, I think it's like Night of the Living Dating Dead. They're just walking around. This group is sane. Okay, we know that no matter what nonsense is out there, we know what we're doing. And fortunately, there are people, Jillian, B, Gwyneth, many of you who are listening today, who have created wonderful relationships, are in great relationships. But we always have to remember that we are probably dealing with people that have fewer skills than we do. Much of what you do may be, I don't want to say this properly, but informing, educating, or presenting possible different scenarios of behavior to your partner. Many of you, though, will draw in your actual equivalent, which is a magnificent feeling. If I have a friend, actually he's not a friend, but we use that term so loosely. He is a psychotherapist that I admire greatly. And he has written a book, and he calls on me quite regularly for Psychology Today. And I would say his name, but I always get it confused. I think it's Lukanowski, or anyway, I'll put it at the end of this in the details, but he's so lovely. And so it was supposed to be 25 different experts on what they think is the key to finding love. I mean, there are 1,000 things you can say, but my rant right now is filter. Filter, 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 filter. For those of you who are newly dating, apply your filters from day one. And that happens with your clarity. Everyone here, you know what you want. You should be able to articulate it succinctly and without any pressure to the person who's listening on online or your first date. Don't be afraid to hardball elegantly and concisely. If you're looking for marriage, I'm looking for marriage. If you do monogamy, I do monogamy. If you're open, say open, but do the qualifications so that they can find where their place is with you. Where can they find the benefit? So I teach all this in my communication course, and I'm thinking of having a course just on communication. I'd love to get your feedback in it because I'd love to read about that. But it's not a sexy title, but man, is it important when you can get everything you need to say down pat. And I'm watching the transformation in the people I'm working with and the confidence. So I'm assuming all of you have that, and you can present this to your prospective partner. If they run, let them run. If you say I'm looking for a relationship and they just ghost you, well, would you rather this happen 3, 4, 6 months from now? Most of the letters that I get for video requests from people that are really hurt and confused are stating things like, like, I thought it would get better. I thought if I hung in there long enough, they'd want what I wanted. It felt to me like it was going somewhere. No. If people don't want what you want in the very beginning and don't seem at least interested in trying with you, you're going to have an uphill battle. So don't be afraid to filter from the beginning. I know there's more stuff here. Susan has been helping me for so many years. Thank you, Barry Lee. Always my strongest support. Thank you. If it sounds too good to be true, it's probably a lie. Linda Brown, this is interesting too, because I'm also going to do a special, one of my Tuesday videos on dating FOMO. I had a guy write me and he said, I kind of get this dating FOMO. Like, I'm not really attracted to any of these guys, but I'm so afraid that maybe they could be somebody that if I don't lock them down and get into a relationship. And I think we all fear this, and that's the root cause of it. It does seem too good to be true, but people need to check it out anyway. Do you know FOMO, in a way, missing out on a good deal, something that could be good, is the basis of every Ponzi scheme, every cryptocurrency twist and turn, and every scam. The human part of us says, this sounds too good to be true, but damn, what if it is true? And what if I miss out because I don't act on it? That human pattern is the thing that makes us jump into a relationship that clearly isn't going where we're going, has a ton of red flags, but we had one little breadcrumb of something that we wanted to hear, and we build on that. For fear, maybe it is true. Okay? Now, at the same time I say this, there has to be a rational assessment of the fact that I need to enter into getting to know a person in order to create a relationship. I can't say no to everybody, but you can clearly start with the lowest, easiest debris to get rid of. Like spring cleanup here in the desert is a nightmare. It takes them 3 days, dead branches, stuff like this. So they do it every spring, but you could just clip a couple leaves. So take the easiest ones, like, oh man, no way, I don't want that. Start to say no. You'll open up more room for people who are interested. So again, I'm going to go over the hallmarks, then I'm going to turn to all of you. If anybody has a question, do it in super chat. Okay, Mach speed, it's love bombing. You know it. The partner gives you a label right away. For those of you in the relationship, situationship churn, this is going to seem like manna from heaven, but it's also, beware, I'm not saying that a good person that wants a relationship couldn't do that, but that is a hallmark that differentiates this just from love bombing. Because love bombing, they love bomb you and make you love them. It's kind of a long game. It goes over a couple months. This is very fast, very potent, very condensed. And they put a label on it right away. But the first time there's an issue, boom, they're out. Okay? So that's how it works. And they're just immature. And they love the high of the hormonal, the oxytocin, the testosterone, the dopamine rush. But the minute we get real and we get into a relationship and what a relationship is, like day-to-day stuff, they bail. Now, what do you have to say to me? What do you need to ask of me? The best way to deal with a bluff is to go along with it and bid up. Huh, that's interesting. Works like a charm. Nafusa, if you have found it something that works like a charm, that's fantastic. Get off dating apps and social media and go out to the real world. You might just find the right one. Andrea, I think we all hate online dating. I mean, truly, truly hate it. I think that's been well established. Susan has made me a huge fan of hardballing. It's such a strong term, right? It really sounds like we're just, it can be done very elegantly. I like to teach my groups and my class, my clients, how to make a phrase that works for them. And so any of you who are going to work with me, make sure you ask me that if you're single, because we will find a phrase that works for you perfectly so that it can roll off the tip of your tongue as though you've just thought of it. It's so easy. But don't be afraid to state what you want. You do every time you sit down to get a meal, you look at the menu and you say what you want. This time you're creating the menu and somebody needs to know, what are you here for? And you might as well tell them. I know the opposite side of that is that many of you complain, well, if I tell them what I want, they're going to use it against me and pretend to do that. True enough. But again, I trust that you're a good filterer. We have to take that risk because we need to be transparent and we need to create a foundation of communication honesty in order to have a meaningful, healthy, long-lasting relationship. Relationships do not survive on assumptions, and they don't survive on telepathy. We need to be in communication and make it okay. All right? Do any of you have a question? Of flower power, we have to look for consistency, reliability, and accountability. Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Susan. Always the best relationship info. Thank you, Linda Brown. Jordy, okay, I can relate with this, but I will say, hang on. If they want to leave, hold the door open. I love this. The right person won't want to leave and will want to make this work. That's right, absolutely. All right, who do we have here? Nafthusa, again, I love you. Thank you so much for your $5. If a person is rushing through necessarily steps on getting to know one another, they're only interested in the result and not anything of substance. True. That means they want the dessert, okay? Most people dating just want to eat the dessert. They want to get rid of everything else. They want to jump right to, it's like, I don't want to wait 364 days for Christmas. I want my presents from Santa Claus. I want to do nothing for it whatsoever. It's childish, right? And if you want the same thing, that's great. But if you don't want the same thing, that's when we have a problem. That's perfect. Thank you so much for that. I love that. Whoopi Middleman, $9.99. Hello, Whoopi. I like this. Why is my ex so ungrateful? Well, you're talking about an ex. Okay, I helped them out when he's in crisis. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. A green card to find work and so many more. He said, you had never helped me. He's never acknowledged my efforts to help him. Why? First of all, I'm incredibly sorry for that. This is a very common situation. And here's why. If he had to say thank you, that means he's responsible for being shitty on his end. He can't acknowledge that you've given him anything because that means he would owe you something like gratitude, kindness, thoughtfulness. So to deny it as his truth and keep it from you is what he does to help himself justify his actions, which were completely transactional. I am so sorry for your situation. Pretty sure you won't be doing that twice. Many people end up in this situation. Sometimes it's funny though. Years later, when he gets settled out, well, I don't know that he will, he might come back and thank you. People are very desperate these days, and desperation truly shows the character of the human being. Not saying I wouldn't hold my breath, but yeah, he can't ever say thank you, because then he owes you a lot. See? I hope you understand that. Okay, love, thank you so much for that. Whoopee, so sorry for that. Oh my goodness. Sarah. Welcome to fans, Sarah. Thank you, thank you. Hello, hello. Love my members. Oh, listen, I'm going to try something different. I don't have my calendar in front of me. I'm going to leave this in the member portal. Family YouTube members, I believe you're the ones that get the Zoom conference, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in a couple of weeks after this show at like 3:00 Eastern. Okay, and I'll be posting that, and I'll have it be a private page. The members, 2 people show up, 1 person shows up, whatever. We're going to chat for a bit. And if you have a question, just ask me. Okay. And also in the membership, don't forget that those of you that are, let's see if there's friends and above, there's a Google form. If you have a question you want me to answer, you put it into the Google form, the link there, it's visible in the members portal, and then I will respond with a video for you. Okay. All right. Thank you, Sarah. So nice to have you here. Let's see, anybody else? Susan, what do you think when a man asks you to come off the dating app after just a few dates? I always thought this could be a red flag. Thoughts? Ellie, very interesting. That would mean he has closed down his profile too, is off. And 2, that means he's giving you a title. If he can't do those things, why would you stop? I would find a very elegant way in your own voice to say, I would love to be exclusive with you. Are you asking me to be exclusive and for us to be a couple? If so, then we both get off our apps. Then you look at his face. And if you see a moment of, then you know, no, I wanted you to get off. Please tell me this is somebody you have, a couple dates, you've met them. Otherwise, it sounds like those online scammers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, let's see. Susan, I so admire your diplomatic way with words. Thank you. You are one of the kindest people out there offering solid dating advice. Thank you for your time. I really, really appreciate this. You know, I'm good God Almighty. Am I looking at this right? Linda, did you just send me $200? Oh my God. Holy shit. Thank you. I'm astounded. I don't even know what to say. Linda Brown, thank you, my dear. If you have a question for me, let me answer it. I mean, oh my God. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate this. I never, ever did this for the money, but obviously I have things to support. But my goal has always been that you guys get it. And compared to my colleagues, I'm not in the same, I don't have the same machinery underneath me, but I can tell you that it's stuff like this that really makes me realize that it is okay to do it the way I do it. My goal is that you learn. My goal is that they don't hurt you. My goal is that you can think your way through this and come out feeling solidly about it. And that's what I really, really, really love. I didn't know how to have a business. I just knew what I wanted to do. And I thank you. God, thank you so much. This is so extraordinary. Let me know if you have a question for me. I'm just, wow. I mean, fantastic. Best relationship coach ever. You help out so many people, down to earth and so wise. You're really making an impact. Sarah, thank you so much. I have colleagues that call me up and go, I made $100,000 on YouTube and ads. What did you make? And I'm like, but, and I have to tell you, I understand millennials on Instagram, and I understand when I hear my colleagues say, how's my 7-figure business? I'm like, oh my God, am I a loser? And then I remember I'm not running that game. And you all are reminding me of that. I'm not running that game. Never came in to do it and don't want to do it now. I want you to be healthy and happy and pass it on. And how many of you are the ones that now your friends go to, right? And say, hey, what's going on? Huh? $20. Tristan Maria, my gosh, thank you so much. You guys are like off the hook here. This is fantastic. I love you. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Let's see. She already explained. Okay, B. Ray, what is this? I never heard of it before either, so it might not be clear straight away. Maybe you could watch the replay. B, what are they saying? Thank you, Miss Susan. Linda Brown, you are amazing. Okay, who is this? Johika, what are you asking here, hon? I don't know what's going on here. Linda Brown, wow, you are like, Whoopi Middleman, sometimes men don't want to give away power to a woman, and some guys only use women because you let them do it. Okay, we're not here to, let's use the word people. It's not all men, okay? I work with a lot of men, and women do this stuff too. But the thing about admitting that you appreciate someone normally means that you have to admit that they were helpful, and then you don't want to, because you were not the same way with them. Okay. Wow. Thank you. Just everyone. Linda, do you have anything? Linda Brown. Thank you, Miss Susan. Of course, my dear. Linda, anything else? Okay. Best relationship coach. I love you guys. Oh my God. Susan is the best. And Linda is an awesome human. Love this community. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're amazing. Okay, what can I do for you? What do we need here? Hi, Clue Channel. How are you doing? What can I do? How can I help you? Do you have any questions here? It's the word flash panning they're asking about. Gwyneth, thank you. Flash panning is a new word for yet again another bad dating behavior where it's love bombing, but it's on Mach speed. The entire relationship ends approximately 3 to 4 weeks after it began. They give you a title right away. They want you to be a boyfriend, girlfriend. They're with you. They futurize. Oh my God, this is the best thing that's ever happened. Then one little thing comes up, and they freak out. Okay, a friend of mine had a situation with the guy that she called me about and said, Susan, I think this is it. I mean, my God, she'd been in enough of these. What are we doing? What are we doing? She's like, I'm not doing any situationships. I want a person who wants a relationship. So the guy goes, no, I've never met anybody like you. I'm serious. And for where she is, that's actually true. She's an East Coast girl in Denver where everybody's adept at climbing mountains and running triathlons. She's like really cerebral, really intelligent, worked with Fortune 100 companies. I mean, she's astounding. And so of course he doesn't meet somebody like this every day. She's wonderful. And they were in bed, I think on a Sunday morning and giggling and kind of like, I don't know, watching TV or listening to music. And the puppy jumped on the bed and he smacked the dog off. She lost it. Now, okay, she got reactive. That's a puppy. You don't hit a puppy off the bed. It wasn't a push. She said he smacked him off the bed. That's her family. I understand. Okay, this would have been what we normally call a fight. But she's like, you can't do that. That's a puppy. You could break their leg. I mean, you can't just throw them off the bed. And he's like, oh, you're overreacting. And she said, no, I'm not. If you really do love me and we're going to be together, these are my animals and I love them and it's about protecting them. And he left. Left his toothbrush, left his underwear, and that was 2 months ago. Ghosted. She said, can we at least talk about this? He said, no need. This is insanity, okay? But that's an example. What's the difference between, oh, great. Okay, Laura Lee Simons. What's the difference between flash panning and spotting a red flag? Same thing. Flash panning is a red flag, but you wouldn't know it till you see the evolution of how it plays out. That's why I try to break down the markers so you can start to see. Marker number 1, super fast, love bombing, all in. Number 2, give you a title. So each time you see one of these markers, that's a red flag. A red flag means this is a behavior or attitude that shows that I could be in trouble. This is not a healthy person for me. For me. Okay? All right, let's see. Major red flags. Hi, everyone. Carrie Photo. Hi, I love this one. I see this. I know. See, I love animals too. Makes me sad too. Sue, $10. Hi, Susan. Thank you so much, Sue, for your contribution. And Linda, still, I'm just like blown away. Okay. Hi, Susan. I have a date with a guy I met on Facebook dating. We exchanged numbers after a short time, but I have Facebook friends that say he's a nice guy. Hardball right away or no? All right, Sue. God, I wish this were an open mic. Can you tell me in 2 sentences with a smile what you're looking for? And do you know what he's looking for? Okay? Don't be afraid, if you really like him, to say it. If he really likes you, he'll say, so what are you looking for? Now, Sue, in 1 word, what are you looking for? Committed relationship. I'm a relationship girl. I'm looking to get married. My eventual goal is marriage. Love to have a family down the line. What is your truth? I'd like to live together. Eventual goal is. So there's no reason not to say that. You may, if you don't get a clear sense of it, you may want to ask him and say, so out of curiosity, we're both on dating apps. We're meeting each other. Do you have any specific dating goals? Why are you dating? What are you really looking for? And if he says, oh, I want to meet somebody cool and somebody nice, say, okay. Do you have any end goal in mind? Just pin them down. Remember, people who know what they want aren't afraid to say it. You buying a car? Anybody buying a car? Do you know if you want an EV or you want a hybrid or you want a Jeep? You don't walk into a car lot and say, like, I want to buy a car. Think, I don't know, sedan, truck, I don't know. There's a vast difference. In every other place in life, we say the truth. So hardball with elegance, okay? Jessica says, let's see. Sue. Sue, casual, occasionally hanging out. What does that mean? Is that what he said he wants? That's what you want? I'm very confused by this, Sue. Are you hardballing? What does casual, occasionally hanging out mean? I don't know. Is that from you or from him? Answer me, maybe B and Gwyneth, you can help me on this because I'm not sure where she's going with this. Sue, what? Oh, wow. Are you sure? You just want to hang out? That's a very low bar. Are you just kind of duty dating and getting your feet wet? That's very ambiguous and very, that's not going to get you a high quality of interaction. But if you just want to hang, you really, really want that, and that's where you are in your life right now, okay. What if he's looking for a relationship? I'm not trying to prioritize relationship over casual sex and hanging out. I'm not. People want different things at different times. My girlfriend came out of a 32-year marriage. She was terrifying me. I saw a complete change. I was like, who the hell are you? She was just. So now she's steadily with a guy and playing wifey. It got out of her system. But what you're trying to do in order to have happiness is to effectively match your wants and needs with theirs. But I have noticed something. Many of us, I'm not saying it's you, Sue, but many times I'll have people who have had relationships in the past, and they will say to me, this time I just want casual sex. I don't want any relationship. I don't want to get involved now. They start sleeping with somebody, they start liking somebody, and this is men and women, not just women, men too, straight and gay. And they start to attach. And they're like, damn, I told them all I wanted was something casual. Now I've got something casual. Maybe I get to see them once every 3 months. That's the best sex I ever had. This is not what I was looking for. Okay? So most often, a human will get into an experience, and it is natural for us to be there and then want to grow. Something that started as casual, suddenly we want to add a few more bells and whistles. Maybe we want to go on a trip. Maybe we want to hang out with their friends. Maybe we kind of like them a little bit more and we want to do some more stuff. So hang on just a minute. I would just say, God, is this the second time? Am I seeing this right? Wait a minute. Okay. I keep getting Linda Brunt's $200 here. I'm like, what? Linda. She got a new credit card. Oh my God. So I just want to make sure. Okay. So I would everyone, even if you're in between, you're not ready for a relationship, you may want it to expand. Just saying, test yourself on that. Because chances are, they might not be relationship material. You may not be ready for one, but watch and do your own research. You get in there, you start to like them, you're like, damn, I'd kind of like to have a little bit more here. But then you can't get more because they signed up for this. And now suddenly you want to go here. Just saying. It's just a thought. Okay? Susan, how to backpedal on online dating without hurting another person. Okay, been texting less than a week. Do not want to give green flag, but I do not want to be rude either. So, S, come on. You are evidently chatting up somebody that you're not so interested in now, correct? Okay, so you can't tell them you found somebody else that you're getting offline because you're still online. You may want to say, thanks for the interaction. Listen, I'm not feeling it. I don't seem to feel like I'm connecting here, but I really wish you the best. And it was lovely talking to you. And Sue, all right, doesn't want a serious relationship right now. She came out of, where is it? I think a 24-year relationship. Yep. Okay, then you are going to have fun. If you know that you want just the opposite, you can have a lot of fun with a lot of people. That is the easiest thing to achieve online. And remember that even though you just want fun, you always should be treated with respect. Do not think that the level of respect you get is equal to the label they give you or don't give you. Derechos y obligaciones. Remember that discussion. Your worth is independent of any category they give you or don't give you. You have the number one category. You're a human being walking this earth. You are respectful of others, and they should be respectful of you. I don't care if it's a 1-hour hookup and you never see them again. You should be treated with respect. Please don't think that there's a connection. Of course, if they're your partner and married to you, that's kind of part of the agreement. I just want everybody to be clear on that. Yeah, we really, especially females, really belabor dumping them and being clear. And we are so worried that they're going to be reactive. And sometimes they do. They get totally cruel. But that's their immaturity. And you just be like a duck in water, just let it roll off you and say, you're right. We probably aren't a match. You are far too intelligent for me. And I guess I'm just a struggling writer. I've had people tell me that stuff. Or tell me that I wanted a free meal. And I said, I told you I only wanted a coffee date. You insisted on the restaurant. Okay. I'm not even sure about sex yet. Just someone to go to places with. I'm 55, 58. I'll give you 55. My kids are grown. Oh, so why don't you say that you're looking, you're going to get put in the sex basket. Okay. Very good question. You'd like a companion. You're actually looking for a friend. a companion, and I would write this. Say I'm 58. I've been married 24 years. I really just like to have somebody, and then list your cultural and intellectual musical interests. I would love to meet a man or a woman, whatever you like, who loves line dancing, loves going to open air concerts, likes to ride motorcycles on a Sunday, wants to travel to Ibiza and do a rave. I don't know what you want. Give them a list so they go, oh my God, I don't have anyone to do that with. I thought I was the only one out here who loved theater. She loves classical theater. She loves restoration theater. Oh my God, I'm signed up for that. Oh my God, she's a sci-fi fan and wants to go to this conference. You are looking for a companion. You will get barraged with dick pics if you put it the other way. Just saying, language is so important. Verbiage must be specific. Sue, thank you. You have just given an example of what I do when I work with people and in the group courses, okay? It's hard for me to do this many people at one time, but this is how we sort it out. Brilliant, love it, thank you so much. Nicoletta Ann, hello. Are you my Nicoletta? My Nicoletta from the group? I think you are. Let's see. We all need someone like Miss Susan 20 years ago. Maybe we could have avoided a lot of relationship mistakes. Linda Brown. Linda, I made them for you. I promise. And I don't know that I would have understood this 20 years ago because it would have been so radical. The problem is that we learn as we've been taking in information with the group consciousness cog, and it moves slowly. When you start doing cutting edge stuff, you're going to be way ahead of all the stuff you hear out there. Herein lies the conflict, but the freedom. You may notice that where you're attuned to, how you're working your relationships and how you're diagnosing it and how you're speaking and how you're handling yourself is on a level that your friends are going, no, dump him. No, you don't talk about that. No, ghost him. No, just tell her you got another girl. You prime her only for sex. I mean, they will give you the worst information only because it's so old that everybody knows it. When you know yourself, you know what you want. You're not afraid to say it. You can put words on it that are elegant and compact and absolutely allow you to create the design you want. Number one is expressing it to your partner. Now, did this happen in the flash panning? Yeah, my girls did this. Sure, they did. They did it. Did they get a flash panner? They got all excited. Oh my God, does he actually want what I want? This is amazing. He left his toothbrush here. I guess we're in a relationship. Oh, now I'm the girlfriend. This girl got in and out of these within like a 5-day period. And now she's on her third. I said, listen, how long has it been since the last breakup of your flash panner? She said, 5 days. I said, we got 2 more to have a new boyfriend. It'll happen. Don't worry. Dear Susan, I'm disappointed and disgusted by today's behavior in relationships, as you should be if you're a human being. Yep. I come across as naive when I hear what people are doing. I'm losing hope. What happened to character and integrity? Katarina, we are here to reinstitute it. You don't need everybody. It's an elite group, but the cream will always rise to the top. Okay? So let it be you. You are looking for that. There are so many people who feel this way. The difference between them and you is that they want it. They don't know how to go about finding it. They don't know how to go about the daily, day-to-day self-questioning. What do I want? How am I going to say it? How do I speak to my partner when something comes up? How do I handle it? They do not know how to be an effective dater and an effective partner. They don't know how to do that. They want it, but they don't know why they're not getting it. You here have the tools. We cover them week after week. We give you the tools, and we try to discuss the current behaviors that are baffling everybody. And so this is why it's working. You don't need all of those people. You need the people that understand, right? We've got a lot of people on this channel, and they're all getting what you're getting. So it is possible. Don't let it bother you. Let's see. Let's see. Hi, Susan. Ellie says, I ended our relationship by text. Wait, you did? Susan, oh, my ex, sorry, ended our relationship by text. No proper explanation, total lack of respect. Finally said by text, I don't think we intellectually match. How would you take this? It's the best they could do. Ex for how long? Did you have a real relationship? I mean, I'm sure you did. Did they? Speaking up, this is hard, right? We've got people here who don't know how to get rid of somebody online that they've been talking to for a week. Imagine trying to get rid of a partner that you've been involved with. I'm not saying this is comfortable for anybody. Text was because this person can't face you face to face because it's going to be too difficult for them and too uncomfortable. Okay, I pulled my hamstring. God, I had a shopping cart grab my foot and just so forgive me while I twist around here. I'm an orthopedic surgeon's beautiful, like patient. I got a million things here. So, but what you want to do is, okay, where was I here? I'm sorry, I had to adjust myself. It's the best they could do. One, they gave you closure, and two, they told you it's over. Is it accurate? I don't know. Do they have somebody else? Possibly. But I just think at least they said something. Okay, what is this? Oh, $4.99. Who's this? Nana. Hi, Nana. Thank you so much for your contribution. This is great. Having an affair with married man, sent wife anonymous letter yesterday telling her, I'm scared. I'm trying to sabotage our relationship to end it. Any advice? Okay, well, we are where we are right now, right? My advice would be in hindsight, okay? You blew up the bridge to get out. You blew it up big time, okay? He hates you, she hates you, and you're going to be the bad person. So is that going to help you? Are you now able to walk away? Because you've destroyed everything. If that's what you wanted, and I think you did, all of you has to leave. Emotionally, hopes of the future, all of it. But I wouldn't have done it that way. I wish you would have worked with me first, taken a session, and just sorted it out. Listen, there's always going to be collateral damage if you're with somebody who's married. I don't know what this person told you to lead you on, but telling the wife, I mean, Marla Maples did it, but telling the wife is, if you think he's such a cad that he hurt you so much that you want to illuminate this to her and let her know, you really have to ask yourself, am I doing it to hurt him or am I helping her? I don't know. I wouldn't have played it out that way, I don't think. I would have left. Obviously, you did that because you're passionate and you didn't get what you wanted there and you were deeply hurt. So you hurt him in the best way possible, yeah? But this is going to be a mess, okay? He's going to be angry. She's going to have her life destroyed, but chances are she probably knew this anyway. But I would get as far away from both of these people as possible and then try to rethink a strategy. If you were in that situation, how would you want it handled? Okay? You did what you did. I'm not here to berate you, but I urge you, if you have that big a decision to make, please go to a therapist or come to a professional that you trust before you pull the trigger. That's just my suggestion. And I wish you the best, really. Best wishes, Nana. Okay? Okay, let's see, what else do we have here? Nana, if I didn't tell her, he would have gotten away with it and I'd just be replaced. Okay. I made it so I have no choice but to walk away. I know, you blew up the bridge. Okay, I was right. Okay, you got to stay away. Now that you've blown it up, don't you go thinking there's another, because if she leaves him and then he's got nowhere to go, you know he's going to come back to you and he's the same person. Okay, so stay strong, Nana. Thank you for that. Let's see, what do we have here? Nathusa, please don't get involved with taken people no matter what. Sometimes people do. It happens. Uh, we understand how it is, but I have somebody I really care for, a woman who's been very good to me. 2 married men in a row she fell in love with. Well, both of them told her they were divorced, and she went everywhere with them, out in public, photographs taken, and then discovered that the first guy who met her parents, met everybody. That's the boyfriend. And they were about to be divorced and separated, living separately. The second one, he said he'd already signed the divorce papers. Then it became, no, I have to return. He was in Canada. I have to return because I have to spend so many days there. I still live with my wife. We're quite amicable, but she's got a boyfriend. It's all good. Comes to figure out he never signed the papers. Not only that, he had another girlfriend. Lost totally rational woman, one of the most professional, strategic women I've ever met, lost her shit, went ballistic, lied to. And, when you're out that much in public, this is like these big red carpet things where she's on his arm everybody thought that was her guy. Anyway. Really, okay. Susan, I'm single and I get so attached to someone who gives me any kind of kindness. A woman who gave me the most beautiful smile and never going to see again. Why is this? I keep thinking about it. Well, Rashida, we really have to understand the difference between kindness and attraction to you specifically. One, you got to get out of the house more. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that want connection. It feels to me like you have so little interaction with humans in general. Even if you go to a job, maybe you don't talk to your team. I don't think you have a strong enough support group where you know the difference between kindness, because somebody likes you as a friend and it stops there, and hopefulness, like, oh my God, they smile at me, maybe they want me. So you definitely have to be very careful online. You are perfect bait for catfishing and for romance scams. Perfect. And you're perfect for cons and anybody that wants to use you. I had a client who was working for Google, Korean guy, very a virgin, inexperienced, not unusual for my Southeast Asian clients to be virgins in their late 20s, even in their 30s. Not unusual. And he fell for this girl who basically chatted him up because of his job, and he was sending her money. And she was calling herself his girlfriend, and she lived in Manhattan. And she wouldn't respond to him, and she'd show him pictures of the shoes that he bought. And thankfully, he filmed all of this and sent it to me. And he said, my girlfriend's not responding to me. I'm like, dude. So I got a really, how do I say, strategic dater to show up with me, one of my clients, who only dated billionaires and played the game. And she's like, this is exactly what it is. And she spoke to him in a language as a woman who'd been there and how they did it. So be very careful. Dating somebody does not mean you pay their rent. Smiling at somebody does not mean you want them. You need more exposure so that you know what the deal is. So I would strongly suggest you get into group situations where you have friends and colleagues, and make sure that you run everything past somebody who's looking at it from the outside in. Okay? I hope that helps you. Seraphix Angel, 199. My question is kind of confusing and hard to explain. Let's see, did you try to do it? Where are you? It's kind of confusing and it's hard to explain. Okay, Katya, I love you. Okay, she's talking to people. One can never build happiness on a broken relationship and unhappiness of another. It's only a matter of time. Okay, let's see. Who has a difficult... I'm typing now, sorry. Okay, we'll do one more. Let's see. I love the fact that you're helping each other. Some here are my clients. Some here have been clients. Some here are people I have met. While I'm waiting for this text, I'm going to read Warrior Angel. I recently had a flirtation at my gym, asked me out for a drink. After texting and more flirtation for a month, I was in a lot of anxiety, so I told him I was going to let us both off the hook. Yeah, that's just like way too long to wait to get together. I mean, if you're in the gym, it's not like the person can't connect with you. Obviously, they can physically get to the gym, so they should be able to get to you. All right. Seraphix Angel, do you have something for me here? Okay. So pretty much I'm on a break with a friend because he keeps showing interest and care, but says we're just friends, but keeps doing more. I've been trying to put boundaries, but I like him a lot. Okay. Are you talking about a friend with benefits? This is somebody that you're having sex with? I'm going to answer it in a couple different ways. I think you're using the word friend because that's all you can get out of this. So my first question to you is, what do you want? Do you know what you want? Can you state it in one word? Let's start really simply. I want to be sexual with you, yes or no? Answer it for yourself before you tell them. 2, I don't want to be sexual with you, yes or no? Figure it out for yourself and present it to them. I like it when we do this, explain what you like. I don't like it when we do that. Explain what that is. I don't, this is this nebulous, blah, 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 blah. I don't know where this is. So I'm really getting confused. You want more like a relationship because at this point we might as well be. Okay. Problem number 1, you didn't know it. You got into it. First time I've seen you here. You didn't set the ground rules from day 1. This is why we talk about hardballing, which is a hard word for an elegant, brief description of what you're looking for. You can't just keep sleeping with somebody and hope that one day they're going to expand the design. This is what I'm saying. Designs are limited unless you create the expansion possibility from the start. Really hard, really, really hard, because my people in relationships that are trying to do a la carte and superimpose them on an existing structure have a hard time. 1, are you more of a relationship person or are you more of a hookup person? You must know the answer to that. If you were looking for a relationship or you wanted to have more, or you even thought the possibility could exist that you'd want more, you needed to start that way. You didn't. Okay. So, looks like they're comfortable being friend. You have a choice. You can wager the whole thing. You could lose it. Well, there are a number of different ways. I would tell them that you want more. Now, more, the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? It's too nebulous. What do you mean by more? Be very specific. I want a girlfriend. I want a boyfriend. I want to be in a relationship. I want to be sexually exclusive. Figure out what the more is and then tell them. Okay? If they dump you, okay, let's see, we've never slept together because we both agreed not to. We're really looking for right now, but it seems like a long-term relationship. It's just to start talking. Make your demands known. Could you lose this person altogether? Yeah, you got a lot of anxiety and a lot of churn. We're trying to eliminate this useless churn that goes on in a relationship. The churn of being there, feeling all the feelings, don't know what to say, afraid to say anything. We want to eliminate this, okay? All right, love, I think you got it now. Know what do you want? How do you want it? How do you want it to look, feel, function? Let them know. See if they're on the same page. Design it before you get into it, okay? Data, not ta-da, data, 11 euros and 99 cents. Thank you, thank you. My BF ignores me since 2 weeks after I asked him why he follows an Instagram model. Okay, he was uncomfortable with that conversation. He said it was accidentally. Of course, we all push the follow button accidentally. We had a vacation booked, but he didn't come. He still has our pic on his profile. What should you do? Man. So sometimes we're in a relationship. This is your boyfriend. You have just discovered an edge of a leaking boundary that you didn't think you'd have to discuss because it's not officially cheating, but it makes you uncomfortable. Okay. Is he following her just to follow her, like following Heidi Klum, or is he following her because he wants to chat her up? You want to talk about, I would come from the positive rather than the negative. You've already got a problem because he doesn't want to go on the vacation. So he's starting to feel controlled, but there's an issue here that's greater. I think you need a session with me. We can sort this out, but very quickly, what I would do is I would explain that the quality of the relationship is great because it's focused and we know how we are in agreement with each other, how this functions. I'm not trying to curtail you, I'm not trying to control you, but I am trying to create boundaries around the relationship so that I can continue to be involved in it. It feels uncomfortable for me if it's a certain kind of like a swimsuit or a girl with her ass in the air and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what you mean by model. People are always going to look, but it's what they do with that. Okay. But this is an example of when we bump up against something that we did not anticipate. And then now we have to have this discussion. But that really bothers me that he didn't come on the vacation. That's a very strong backpedaling. And you may want to see where he stands in this relationship. Okay. You're going to have to talk about it. Yep. Okay. I brought it up and they said they're not looking for a relationship, but we already spent so much time together. Seraphic's angel, they gave you the answer. I'm sorry. Good thing you weren't sexual, okay? Okay, everyone, we are going to, you don't want to lose them. You got them as a friend. They don't want what you want. I mean, sometimes we have to be clear it is what it is. Can't make somebody want us in a way that they don't. All right, everyone? Again, most of what you're asking me, you need to be asking your partner. But to preface all of this, I want you all to know that you need to be very clear when you meet somebody. And you need to be very, very clear in your communication when you're talking to your existing partner. Okay? People don't understand more. They don't know what it means. We have to have words and phrases that people understand. And if it's different than what traditional people mean about it, then you need to clarify that. So let me, first of all, thank Bea and Gwyneth and everybody here today, and the amazing Linda Brown. Thank you so much. I really thank you. I thank everybody in the super chat today. Next week, I'm going to be talking about a relationship issue. So what I want to do is, many of you are in a relationship. Some of you are dating. I'm going to try and go back and forth about relationship stuff and dating stuff, but I'll also be here to pick up your questions. In the meantime, everyone, thank you so much. Linda, mwah. Everybody, Bea, Gwyneth, thank you. Everybody, Katya is here. My client from Amsterdam, all these wonderful people were here today. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping each other. I really appreciate your generosity and your showing up here. Have faith. You are learning to be an excellent communicator, to know what you want and how you want it. And the beauty in that is that you're making it easy for everyone else. Okay? Anybody who wants to be involved with you. All right, everybody, we'll see you next week. If you have a video request for me, please send it. Sometimes I use those as the basis for my discussion here. Carrie, Ellie, Katerina, everybody, thank you. I just want to thank you all for joining me today. Gnarly Cat, everyone. Thank you for the contributions and thank you for coming to my show and being such wonderful participants. Take care, everyone. See you next week. Bye-bye.